Welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Today we're going to be doing a video about GameStop. Before I start the video, guys, please make sure to leave a like on the video below. Subscribe to the channel for more awesome content. Join the family, guys. Let's go on our investor journey together. Today we're doing a video about GameStop. GameStop has been on a move recently. A lot of people are kind of attributing this to, GameStop is finally making its way back up. Why is this? Why is GameStop moving? And a lot of people are kind of, like I said, extending it over to basically, that the squeeze is starting to happen. Taking a look at the 1 week chart, it's up 12% of its value. I mean, GameStop has kind of been trading sideways for a little bit, Looking at the 1 month chart, we see here that, it's just hasn't really done anything. We see this drop here on April 13th, down about 22%, but has slowly made a recovery back up, only down 1% over the last month. But like I said, over the last week, GameStop has kind of been rallying. And like I said, there's a lot of reasons attributing to this. There's been a lot of, pretty good news for GameStop over kind of the seasons. Roaring Kitty has doubled his position in GameStop, which is basically the guy who started the whole Reddit-fueled frenzy. Taking a look at the 1 year chart, we see here that the stock was trading sideways for a long time, very low. And we see here on January 27th, 2021, that GameStop is making its way back up, right? It basically went through a gamma squeeze. Essentially, Redditors made it a mission to make hedge funds pay because they always manipulate the market, take advantage of the retail traders and stuff like that. So there was a huge GameStop rally causing hedge funds to lose, millions and millions and if not billions of dollars. And like I said, we've slowly started to see GameStop start increasing. So where does this leave GameStop? Is GameStop going to go through a short squeeze? Now, we know that GameStop is one of the most heaviest shorted stocks on the market, right? There's, people attributing this to kind of like a meme-fueled rally, right? AMC, GameStop, costs and stuff like that. These stocks, they're heavily shorted. And people don't really truly believe in the companies. Obviously, I think a lot of hedge funds learned a big lesson about shorting. Be careful with what you do. Don't be too greedy. We see that GameStop was almost at $4 a share, but hedge funds wanted to take the stock all the way down to zero. Mr. Cohen, who's very bullish on GameStop, thinks that it can compete with Amazon, thinks it can compete with Apple, taking a more innovative and digital approach to GameStop. So some people do think that GameStop stock is going to rally up from here. Some people do think that GameStop stock is worth $179. Some people do think it's going to go through a short squeeze. Now, for me, I personally do believe that GameStop is going to go through a short squeeze. Obviously, everything I say in my videos is not financial advice. It's just my personal opinion, but I do think GameStop is going to go through a short squeeze. I don't think we've seen the last of GameStop. Analysts are calling an 88% drop on GameStop stock overall on its share price. So they basically attribute this to basically GameStop only being worth about $10 to $20 a share. Right now, it's currently sitting at $178.59. And here's the thing, why the stock is not falling, because there's a lot of people out there who are still buying GameStop stock. There's a lot of people who are still diamond handing GameStop stock, and there's still people who don't want to sell. They don't think it's over. Now, if GameStop does attribute and go through a short squeeze, I think the squeeze is going to be a lot bigger than last time. Like I said, there's a lot of short positions that were created at this tip right here, right? Because people were attributing, GameStop almost going to $500 a share. If they were that bearish on GameStop, a lot of people took the opportunity and they basically said, okay, I don't think GameStop stock is worth $450 a share. I'm going to go ahead and start a new position. So a lot of people attribute, when is GameStop going to basically go through a squeeze? Now, you can't really put a timing on a short squeeze. It's not physically doable, but what we do know is there has to be momentum enough to basically put a lot of short sellers in a panic to where they have to start covering their short positions. We do know that a lot of people in GameStop stock have not covered their short positions just yet, which does leave the opportunity for GameStop stock to rally. For me, I think very good news for GameStop stock is enough to be able to push the stock upward. So whether that be, very good earnings or, GameStop, is, continuing on the digital innovation, but maybe even an analyst upgrade, it needs some sort of good news to be able to push the stock up higher. But like I said, over the 1 week, like I said, it's up $20, up 12.65%, which is pretty good. This has also started to cause a lot of other meme rallies. There's a lot of stocks out there who, where Redditors are targeting these overall shares, basically stocks that are heavily shorted, like Microvision, GameStop, AMC. We know that these big time short sellers are continuously adding to their positions. Some people attribute it to them not learning their lesson the first time. For me, if I was a short seller, I would not really want to go down this path. I don't think it's a very good idea to be shorting stocks right now. We saw what happened a couple of months back with AMC, with American Airlines, with Microvision, with GameStop. You know, these stocks, they can go up to very high prices if these short sellers are not being careful. Like I said, Redditors are making it a mission to push these stocks up higher on purpose, to teach hedge funds a lesson, to not basically, keep pushing down stocks and not to be too greedy. Now, where does this leave GameStop? Where is GameStop going? For me, I do think that GameStop is going to head upwards. I do think that we're going to start seeing an upward momentum. Do I think GameStop is realistically worth $178 a share? Well, it's going to depend. Like I said, Mr. Cohen is taking the company in a very good direction. He's really trying to digitally innovate GameStop. He's trying to get rid of the old style brick and mortar type stores because he knows those stores are losing money. So if we keep up this optimism and Mr. Cohen keeps taking the company in a very good direction, GameStop may be able to compete with some of the big time tech players out there. I think GameStop is trying to head more towards of a tech sector type of industry. We're in this age where brick and mortar is just super outdated. It's so much easier access for GameStop to kind of digitally innovate. Video games are never going to go away. It's very, very popular among its community, which is why I think there's always going to be a place for GameStop. Even analysts have said alone that although they do see a big drop for GameStop in itself as a company is probably not going anywhere. They know that, video games are popular. GameStop has done very well. But even taking a look at it from kind of a financial standpoint, GameStop does pretty well with its overall debt. So, GameStop can pay off all of its debt and still have about $500 million left over in cash. I don't think Mr. Cohen wants to do that just yet because he's continuously trying to innovate GameStop, continue to expand it, and continue to make it into a better company. But aside from that, from an investment standpoint, a lot of people are waiting for the squeeze. For me, I do think the squeeze is going to happen. I don't know when it's going to happen, but I don't think we've seen the loss of GameStop stock. And I also do know that if GameStop stock does go through a short squeeze once again, that it's definitely going to be a lot bigger than the last time. Because like I said, there was a lot more short positions that are being created at much higher prices. So people have to be able to cover shares at such higher prices. These are millions and millions of shares. Then we'll have retail traders and, of course, the bots that trade ride the train all the way up, which is going to push GameStop stock to unreasonably high prices. But that being said, guys, that's all I really have to say about the video. Let me know down in the comment section below, guys, what you think of GameStop stock. Do you guys think GameStop stock is going to go through another short squeeze? If you guys own GameStop stock, how many shares do you guys own and what's your average? I'm always very curious to know. With that being said, guys, thank you. Have a great day.